Hello, and welcome to Around the Political World with John Ruffman. I am your host, John Ruffman. If you're a fan of the show, make sure to hit the follow button on the top right of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening at this very moment. When you hit follow, leave a review or share an episode with a friend. It helps other people discover the show, keeps us going. So I like to point out each and every day, it expands our base. I want this morning to talk about fear, intimidation, and I believe actions which are above and beyond law. Let's begin, and there are a whole series here, with the decision to indict LaMonica McIver, a New Jersey congresswoman, who is being attacked by the acting U.S. attorney for New Jersey, Alina Habba, who all of us remember as Donald Trump's attorney. She is now the acting attorney general, and she is bringing charges against Representative McIver on the grounds of what happened during that situation with ICE. Let me point out to you that McIver was simply doing her job. But now we have an administration who is determined to indict a member of Congress, a sitting member of Congress. It is, to me, the most outrageous thing one could ever imagine. Almost. And let me explain to you that not only is the administration going after Representative McIver, they're going after the former director of the FBI, Jim Comey. 8647. Well, he sent it out on Instagram message, and he probably should have been smarter than to send out that message. But there is no doubt that James Comey is not about to go after the President of the United States urging his murder. And yet, we are now seeing this attack on the former director of the FBI. Pure vindictive politics. And let me point out that Donald Trump has also gone after Walmart. I'll be watching, talking about the fact that Walmart has talked about having to adjust its prices because of the situation that exists with tariffs. And the attack on Bruce Springsteen and Taylor Swift. Attacks against individuals by this administration, by this president. It is not a single incident. It is a continuing incident. It is a continuing war waged against people who disagree with Donald Trump. The outrageous nature of what is happening should expose us all to the simple fact that this is an administration that is out of control. The exercise of executive power beyond the pale. Now, let me say to you very clearly that if this were a Democratic administration and they went after Republicans in the fashion that the Republicans, and I don't want to say just the Republicans, no, let's be clear. I believe this is a move by Trump and his administration, not by Republicans, but by Trump. There would have been outrage, fury, anger, distress. But now we see a president of the United States and his administration going after individuals, great and small. And now the president of the United States is on his way to Capitol Hill to urge the passage of that great, big, beautiful bill. Let me explain to you, there is a real division. Do you know the only reason this is being considered now is because Republicans who opposed the bill were intimidated into abstaining, not voting, which gave the forces in Congress led by Speaker Johnson the ability to put this before the entire House of Representatives. This should not be a political battle. We are dealing with the future of the United States of America. We're dealing with health care, with Social Security. We're dealing with the whole question of the future of, well, what the budget will be next year. There are real issues here, and the Republicans seem absolutely paralyzed with fear. Well, this podcaster is not paralyzed with fear. If I were on the radio 7 days a week, as once upon a time I was, or at least 6 days a week, I would be blasting on all of these issues with every ounce of energy and strength that I could muster. Now, let me be clear about this, so there is no ambiguity. We have never had a president of the United States who has abused his power who has used threats and intimidation in this fashion. Never before have we seen a political party so compliant with its leadership and with, frankly, the head of the party, in this case, Donald J. Trump, who have bowed down to this sort of reckless action. I don't say this lightly. I am deeply concerned about the future of our nation, about the future of democracy. If members of Congress can be attacked, if major personalities in the entertainment industry can be attacked, if a major American corporation can be attacked, if threats can be made by elected public officials, this is something that is intolerable. So what is my call today? I think responsible Republicans have to stand up and just say no. They have to say to the president, you are going too far. This hurts our system. Threats of intimidation, of retaliation, all of these things do not improve the quality of debate in our system. The indictment of a sitting member of Congress in this fashion is absolutely, I believe, an obscenity. Now, some of you will ask a simple question. What do we do to mobilize against it? It needs to be exposed, as I've tried to do today, systematically, citing numerous examples, not over a long period of time, but over a very short period of time. The compounding of these issues, the growth of these concerns, should be something that flashes a red light to everyone. Can you imagine going after a sitting member of Congress, going after a former director of the FBI, going after leading people in the entertainment industry on these personal, vindictive kinds of things? And perhaps more disturbing than anything else, having individuals in place in the Justice Department who are willing to pursue this reckless and, I believe, unconscionable approach. This morning, I am concerned and I am angry. And more than that, I call upon the American people to stand up. Just say no. I call on the Republican Party to gain a conscience. And may I say, I do this with the deepest regret. I never imagined that I would ever be in a position where I would have to say the kinds of things I am saying now. But let there be no mistake. This really is a battle for democracy. This really is a battle for the future of our country. We will talk more about that great, big, beautiful bill when all the details are revealed. But I chose this morning to emphasize this aspect because, frankly, I am concerned for my country. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Around the Political World with John Rothman. I am John Rothman. Make sure to follow along. Let me know your thoughts on the show by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and sharing an episode with a friend or colleague so we can continue to grow and expand, which, of course, is our goal. You can interact with me on LinkedIn, on Facebook. You can send me emails, and some of you even take the opportunity to call me. And my special appreciation to Gogo Zoger, who is the producer of this wonderful podcast. To all of you, I will be back tomorrow with more right here on Around the Political World with John Rothman. See you then.